everybody. This is Unboxing Thursdays. I'm Kevin, aka Toying Around, and we are live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hilariously enough, the one person watching right now is my guest for today, Mr. Just J Hernandez. So I'm not going to waste his time. I'm going to bring him on right away.
Yo. Let me adjust this. This is my first live. Let's see. There we go. Wait,
Marvelous.
There we go.
How's it going, man?
Wipe this down. What's up, man?
Nice to finally chat with you in person.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I just like to hang out, and I don't know, like the whole premise of this is that I've got a huge buildup of toys that I haven't opened because it's just so much stuff. So I figured if I'm going to open it, I might as well have everyone join in, see what their comments are. I can show you the wall. That's the wall.
Oh, shit, dude. I thought mine was bad.
Yeah. So
you got some stuff, dude. Oh, you got some stuff to open.
It's not even about like I'm gonna need shelves for stuff that I need to open.
That's intense, man. That is intense. Like
so
I think like yeah, I got like I have like a stack like about like yay big.
Yeah.
That's it, like right over here.
Well, this is like week 7, so you know, I've been making a small dent into the pile as it's been going along. Kara says, "When's the show start?" Oh, we're live, buddy. We're live right now. We started.
The show is. This is the show, man.
The show.
This is the show. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is that not why you are here?
What are you drinking?
Some pink lemonade Powerade. What the hell, dude? What's up with my light? Let's see.
So for everyone who's watching, it's hard to believe if you don't know, this is Just J Hernandez. He is
there we go.
A master poser of action figures, toy reviewer, thespian.
I'll admit to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, your posing is on point. Like you nail all those exaggerated poses that really help help sell and push the review instead of just going through the joints. So you can just review it by just showing the poses. You know, like show it by doing.
I just wish some figures could pose as good as others. That's for sure. I mean, seeing that I just got done to, like, I'm editing after taking a long freaking hiatus due to like freaking depression from the damn pandemic and anxiety from the end of the world. It took like 3 weeks to just like, and really like the thing comes down to nothing at all that I was looking at could even follow that freaking new SpiderMan that Hasbro just came out with. I'm like, how do you follow that, man? Like that was awesome. Like now anything that they make, I'm like, well, it's okay. It's not Spider-Man or anything, but it's okay. So yeah, like today, like I was just going over the that Daredevil from that exact same wave. Right. And it looks really nice, man, but it takes some work to make it look good. I mean, because essentially what it is, it's just the Bucky Cat buck. But of course, with embellishments like added onto it, you know, there's a lot of nice new sculpt that's there. But it moves. But it moves kind of like just, you know, your standard basic figure there. Got my buddy Hulk here today.
Is that the one that you opened up and that got you out of the or back into?
Oh no, I've got something for this guy right here to open up in a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah.
So, like there's all like the big name reviewers. I think I just discovered your channel earlier this year, like recently. And the cool part is I like your edits. The edits that you
thanks,
do.
man. Truth be told, dude, I actually when I started watching your videos, this was back when you got the first X-Men wave.
Yeah.
And you were doing some really fucking tight shit. And I was like, man, that's really cool. Like you would do like this, like you would do like a snap thing.
Yeah.
You know, and like boom, like something was just there. Or like you would pretend to like turn off the lights and then you would turn the lights back on and like all sorts of like other shit would be there. I'm like, that's awesome. Like that's really freaking cool. So in a way, like early on, like I was biting off of you.
No. No, like that was amateur hour, man. I watched YouTube videos of people doing that. You can see the cuts weren't smooth between stuff. It was kind of hacky.
Oh, dude, but I liked it, man. I liked it. So your stuff was definitely an inspiration on my stuff.
No way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
because I watch yours and I'm like, oh, it's not just the review. I'm seeing like what kind of effects you're doing, the transitions. I'm trying to think about how you're putting all that stuff together. So when I watch it, it has a completely different level for me. I don't know how many people out there kind of see it that way. How long have you been doing your own edits and stuff?
Like, I was a media nerd back in high school. I did the news for our school. So I did on-air talent, but then I would work like the Avid, like in the back. So whenever I wasn't on screen, I was editing other people's clips. So that's where I learned to edit. And like we were using like Sony Betacams, like, and this was like, dude, this is like back like in 1999, 2000. Like I'm old, so that's when I was in high school. And then getting back into editing, like I started with Final Cut Pro in grad school, and even that, I was like, this is like way more complicated than it needs to be, and that's because like it's just Final Cut. So like now, like a few years later, like I'm using like this real chumpy application called Filmora, which makes like a kid could use it. Like it's so freaking simple, which is why like it's so easy for me just to like do like all these freaking things, because you know it's just transitions and just like filters on top of filters on top of filters, and just giving the illusion that like my background isn't changing at all, when like, you know, sometimes I'll accidentally like bump my tripod or something like that, put a little transition in there, all of a sudden it's like, hey, shit didn't move at all, and it just goes seamlessly into something else, which is nice. So like I've been doing like the whole editing business with the new format probably for like the past like year and a half, like close to like almost 2 years, because when I first started my channel, like my videos were bad. Like my videos were just bad because I was just trying to like just copy everybody else, the way that everyone else did things. And then once I found like my own style, like my own spiel, it's like, oh, okay. So, you know, from then on, it was just this other creative outlet that I had outside of work, which was, all right, so what can we do with this? How can we make this different, you know, than what it is that what we've been doing before? Not what anybody else is doing, but what it is that I've been doing with these videos here. Yeah. So yeah, probably like the last like year and a half, 2 years.
That's pretty good. Well, it's funny because I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've been thinking lately, like I haven't really put the time into adding any of those things anymore. Like I'd do the snap and it was unboxed. Or I'd throw it up, and when it landed, it would throw it
up and then come back and land it.
Yeah,
I love that.
I don't know if it was getting gimmicky or if I'm just too lazy to do it. Like when I started, I'm using Windows Video Editor or something.
Mm-hmm.
The exe I could download, it wasn't anything extensive, so they were just really harsh cuts and chopping it together.
Yeah, but it works though. It works, and I thought it was so cool.
Gonna have to get back to that. There's been somebody asking, when does the show start? When does the show start? I think they want to know what we're gonna be unboxing today.
I guess what we're gonna be opening today.
I mean, we can still talk and chat at the same time, and if anyone has questions, we can show them the figure. You want to go first? You're the guest. Please go ahead.
Let's see. Okay, so first, oh snap. Let me get one figure that I need for this thing. So you keep chilling and entertain folks right now.
Sounds good.
Let's see. I'm still on my mic here.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes I show the people what I got 3D printing at home right now. The latest project is this roller. You see the pattern here? It looks like bricks.
Oh,
So
shit, yeah.
for diorama makers who know you get a piece of foam, you got to get a ruler, put all the horizontal lines, measure the vertical lines, go through with a pencil, and make the grooves. This, you just pressure it onto a piece of foam and roll it, and it gets that pattern in there for you. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
So that
So wait,
saves you.
are you what? Are you printing your own diorama pieces now?
I've
Is
been
that what that
printing a lot
is?
of props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
and that,
what is it that you just showed me right now? Was that
so
a
that
wall?
would help you make a wall if you want to make it like a full diorama. You get a piece of foam.
Oh, that's
You know what? I had a piece.
that's really cool.
All right, here. Let's do this. So we're gonna angle this down. I know Marvelous Nick is watching right now. He wants one of these. He's drooling. So you just press it down. You hear a nice little crunch. And there you go.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, snap. So it's a pattern. There we go.
Yeah, it's a pattern roller, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
is
so
so
I've been working
neat.
on some of that stuff. And I have my background up from last week. I'm trying to set up this Dracon picture using a Snoke throne.
The Snoke Throne, it works so great with Draken. I wish I had kept my Draken. I had to sell it because the paint on it was just beat, and I just could not look at it anymore. Now I'm kind of regretting that now. I'm like, oh man, it's going for like $60 now. What the hell was I thinking? I think I sold it for like 30, something like that.
I just saw a post earlier. Isn't there like the black costume one, Shattered Grid 2 or something?
Oh snap! Hopefully they're gonna make. Are they gonna make that? Let's
I
see.
haven't caught up to that in the comic yet, but looks like you got a little special shipment. What you got there?
Yeah, speaking of 3D printing here, this is something that I got from a 3D printer here on Instagram. Goes by the name of Pyroflex. And he just opened his own Etsy shop.
All right.
And what it is that I'm getting here, if I can, I just don't want to. Let's see. I'm gonna get some scissors.
Says it's Evo Shield 2 Draken.
So what? So Hasbro's making one?
Yeah, it looks like it was just announced. I saw it on Clockworks Collectible. Put it on their story.
Oh snap! That's really cool. Okay, then I'm actually glad that. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that is really pretty. See, that's why I brought my Hellboy out here right now.
You cut away from your body? I was criticized last week. Knife away from body.
I actually used to work. I used to unload trailers for Target, and then I used to stock the shelves afterward.
Yeah.
And of course, like that's where like I learned like away from the body, because like a box cutter coming towards you, yeah, you don't want that. So this is what I got from Pyroflex, and it is a 12th scale cigar right here
with the smoke.
And this is with the smoke effect, which is cool. And this is something that we have not gotten a lot of. There's those cigarettes that GPS Lot has been making, and they're good, but at the same time, like outside of like maybe Gambit, like who the hell is smoking cigarettes? Like all these dudes smoke cigars. Like you look at Wolverine, Hellboy, Nick Fury. So yeah, oh my God, it's like there we go. That is fantastic. So yeah, everyone go to Yeah, everyone go to Pyroflex's Instagram page. He has a link to his Etsy shop there, and yeah, dude, these things are fantastic. This particular cigar I think cost me $12, which isn't too bad. And the thing about Pyroflex is that the dude is a combination of two things, so you know that you're going to get fantastic stuff. He's a he majored in computer science, and he's a comic book nerd. So you put those two things together, he's going to make some fantastic stuff.
No, that looks great.
Yeah. Awesome.
A lot of Wolverine
about that.
A lot of Wolverine figures could use a cigar like that. Would really benefit.
Oh yeah, even like the Mayfex one, like he has like that freaking like cigar holding hand, but like there's nothing. He's got nothing to hold. So I'm happy that I have that now.
In the early promo photos, that Wolverine had a cigar, and then
the Rebeltech one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rebeltech one had a cigar, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, man, your turn. What you got?
Well, I've been opening a lot of Power Rangers lately, so I feel like I need a villain. Well, another villain, Goldar.
Goldar. Where'd you pick that one up?
I picked this up either at EB Games here or GameStop when I went to the States. No, EB Games here. But I have a few more things. What I really like about these, like they're consistently extra hands, effect, weapons, and you were saying in the SpiderMan video he didn't really come with much, right? No webbing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And no bath piece, but still the same price point.
Still the same price point, yeah. The one thing I think about Goldar, if I can recall what it is that I said in my video, is that I wish he came, like, I think he comes with, like, because, like, mine's right there, and I wish, like, he came with, like, either, like, 2 fists or, like, 2 grabbing hands or something like that.
Yeah,
like, There's a lot of combo stuff that's going on as far as his accessories go.
It's 2 weapon hands and then 1 open, 1 fist.
Gotcha. And what I wanted 2 fists.
That's pretty sweet. So, back to that Spider-Man. In the video, you got it off Mercari. How often are you jumping on there? Like, how important is it for you to get that figure first?
I wish it wasn't important, but with trying to build a following and trying to like build a channel, it sucks because sometimes you don't want to be part of that race, but you know, sometimes you just can't help it and you want to be like one of the first ones to have it. So yeah, like I think from like here on out, it's probably not like that important to me. At least you know, as much as it used to be important. Because now it's like it's too stressful, man. It's like it's just too much of a headache to like try and like get things first.
Yeah.
If anything, like these days, you know, like whether you know I get something first, whether I get it like 7th or 8th, pretty much the thing that I'm trying to adhere to is that it doesn't matter when you get it. What matters is how good your content is that's going to support what it is that you got and how informative you are going to be with what it is that you have.
Yeah.
Because I usually find that, you know, when it comes to just like getting something first, you know, you can tell when, you know, a video is rushed because so many things have like just been missed through. Like even like my own videos, you know, when I look back at like taking a look at like Marvel Legends Hercules or something like that. Like I'll look at that video now. I'm like, damn, dude, like I could have done so much more stuff in that video. So yeah, there are some times to where like, depending on like how much like I want something, I will get it early and it doesn't matter when I put it up. Like for instance, like that Spider-Man, when I saw that, I was like, screw it. It doesn't matter if I'm first, 4th, or last with that video. I just want that Spider-Man now because being self-isolated and being sheltered in place, shit gets fucking boring, dude.
Yeah.
Like shit gets really boring here. Because me, like my occupation, my job, like I've been out of work, you know, like in a theater, you know, for like the past like 3.5 months or so.
Right.
Like there's stuff that I do on Zoom and whatnot, like there's still things that are going on as far as like my employment online. But, it's like, 2 hours here, 3 hours here. So other than that, like I have so much freaking time to kill. So if I see something early now, like to me, like that's just candy. Like that's freaking candy now. I'm like, oh man, it's like I could use that now just to pass the time or something like that. Because I'm telling you, man, like shit, it's just killer right now. Like it's just killer, just as far as just what's going on.
Yeah. Well, especially because
it's just like it just. Yeah, and it is SpiderMan, just like freaking one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was easy justification for you.
Word.
I'm digging this.
That's pretty sweet.
Face is clean. Well, just the gold is a little bland, but I can live with that.
Yeah, that's definitely the one thing folks were talking about. It's like, could use a little bit more gold. And yeah, I was of that same rationale there. Although the thing that really pardons that is just the articulation, which is fantastic, and the sculpt as well on that Goldar. I think probably out of the whole line, that one is probably the most impressive when it comes to sculpt, because it's like, number one, it's a massive piece. Yeah. And then number two, you look at like all the work and all the texture and all the detail that just went into that. Like every single wings, every single feather has fiber on it. It's fantastic.
Tail. Got the Dragon Ball tail on the back, the Saiyan tail.
It's pretty sweet.
No, this is great. Man. So when the Rita 2-pack comes out, that's going to be nice to put them together.
I couldn't drop down. I could not drop down for that Rita pack. I wish I would have, but I could not throw down more cash on another Zed, seeing that I already had one.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna wait, and I'm thinking, like, if we've learned anything from Hasbro, they're gonna release something again. Whereas they do that with Star Wars Black. They do that with they're doing it with Power Rangers right now, to where you had the red Psycho Ranger and the blue Psycho Ranger. Yeah. One of them a single release and the other one in a 2-pack, and now we see that they're gonna release them all in a set right there. So I would imagine that like there's got to be some folks who are pissed because they got to double dip on that to get the other Rangers. And then the biggest freaking slap in the face to Marvel Legends fans was that Build-A-Figure Thanos. Do you remember that one? Freaking Grape Ape.
Yeah.
And then releasing a better version with separate heads in that 3-pack.
In the 3-pack, yeah.
Only like a few months later, I was like, man, dude, it's like, I think you guys owe some apologies to somebody here. That's what I think.
They're really making the most of those sculpts that they've paid for.
Kind of like NECA, yeah. Like anything, like for me, like I won't get too stressed about anything that NECA releases either, because I know that these dudes love making money. Randy Falk loves making money. So even like when it came to the Turtles, of course I wanted to have them, when those Turtles first came out. But I knew, like, when everyone was saying, it's like, oh, it's the only way they can release them. They can only release them as an SDCC exclusive. I'm like, they're going to find a way. They are going to find a way to mass market these things elsewhere, because there's so much freaking money to be made from the Turtles license. I mean, they're the best, at least in my opinion, they are the best Ninja Turtle figures out there, like far and away, like probably the best Ninja Turtle figures. Movie ones, that have ever been made.
For sure.
And possibly one of the best just figures overall that NECA has ever made, because they're so true to the source material. So and they really are insane. So just looking at those things, I was like, no, it's like these guys, they're gonna be around for a while. So of course we saw them available at GameStop. Now they're going to be available, either a Walmart or Target or something like that.
2-pack.
In the 2-packs. So I knew that those things were going to have legs. Like as soon as like they were announced, I was like, I know that these things are going to be released. I want them now, but I know that they are going to be released later.
Well, I'm glad they want to make money because when they first came out, it was just the quarter scale turtles. And
Yeah.
as any turtle fan knows, you're buying 4 of each. You're buying 4 figures pretty much, and that would have been about $600-700 Canadian dollars for me, and I knew that was way out of my range. But
and that's a lot. That's a lot of space too. That's like a lot of space as well. Like quarter scale turtles, like each one of them being like what, at least like what, 18 inches, somewhere around there.
Yeah. But
that is
one of my favorite toy photographers, Sergeant Bananas, took this picture of Leonardo like out in the field, and it looks so movie real because of the texture they have on the skin, and it's insane. And I got sad knowing that like I would never get it. And they're like, "Oh, look, it's coming out 7-inch," and I grabbed that set so fast. I've overpaid a little bit, but
same.
All right, what do you have next? Or is that the same
box?
Right.
Next, I've got a little something here from a head painter on Instagram. Goes by the name of IBMMT, which is short for I Bent My Man Thing. Ooh, that's really nice. So
Marvelous
what
Nick
it is that
box opening skills scare him. He's the one who told me cut away from the body.
Cut away. Yeah. So there we go. Ooh. We have a nice little head for Hulk here. So hopefully I don't need any putty or anything like that. IBMMT, he's also a contributor to Fwoosh on their website, and he does some really good editorials there. Oh, that is so freaking rad. That now is my standard Green Hulk head.
Yeah.
That is really freaking sweet. I like that a lot. So basically all it is, this is, here, I'll just bring this over. This is the Red Hulk here, just repainted into green. But he did a fantastic job on that.
Color matches.
I wonder, it matches beautifully. Can I like focus them? I have no idea how friggin' Instagram lives work. No idea. But yeah, came out fantastically. Loving this. And yeah, the color match is fantastic. And I'm thinking what it is that he does, and I don't know if you all can see just these eyes here. I'll take a better picture on Instagram. What it is that he does, I don't think he paints in the eyes anymore. I actually think he uses those decals. What are they? Like they're water slide decals that people use on plastic now. So like it makes things look like super clean. Here, hopefully this one actually looks a little better. Like you can like get like a good idea. He's the dude who made this neutral beast head as well. So yeah, I don't know if you can like tell in the eyes, but yeah, he does some fantastic stuff. Yeah, so this is so good. I was just like so happy to have gotten this because like he put up like about a dozen this weekend, and wouldn't you know, dude, like people love his stuff. They probably sold out in less than half an hour. That's how long it took. And the thing about IBMMT stuff is that they're super like they're limited. Like dude is an artist. He's like, all right, I'm doing a limited run. I'm doing like 10 to 12, and that's it. You don't get one, I don't really care. I
think that drives the sales more, actually. Right? The urgency to get people. Adam Wayne says, what's that name again? IBMMT.
IBMMT. Yeah. And you'll know that acronym. I Bent My Man Thing. But yeah, find his and this is the way that I do it. But it sucks because sometimes I don't get the notification. Is to find his eBay page. You can find it on his Instagram. I think he links it up there, and just follow him on eBay.
There you go. Someone says IBMMT _. All right. I guess I'm up.
Go for it, man.
Freestyle battle. Oh, this is the shelf behind me.
Oh, that's very nice.
I was watching your SpiderMan review, and when I was watching it, it was giving me anxiety because you took out every single villain to do a comparison.
Yeah.
After every week, after I do an opening and comparisons, the toys stay in this spot for like until the next Thursday, about 30 minutes before, because I don't put them back. But imagine if I had to take it out of here.
Oh man. See, that's why I don't pose. Like I don't pose my displays anymore because I know that I'm probably more than likely gonna move something.
Right.
So like there was like some people who were giving me crap on YouTube saying it's like how can you like show us like all these poses and you don't actually do anything with your stuff. I'm like, because I need it like at a moment's notice, like I need to pick something up. So yeah. Although I do admire folks who will pose their collections because they look awesome.
Well, the cool thing about you is that you're not shy about clapping back at some people who have unsavory comments in your YouTube or on your Instagram too.
Oh no, not at all, man.
That's awesome.
Not at all.
Totally respect that. All right, so let's see. Is this the right frame? Here we go. This is a test shot for a plunder.
Snap! A Plunderling!
Yeah.
That is outstanding, dude.
Yeah. And
that's really cool.
These guys they're so fun when you look at it. I'm gonna put another figure up here to do a size comparison. I mean, you probably seen Robo's review last week. But like these guys,
now, did he have a test shot as well?
Yeah. So these guys have like, I think this is resin, 3D printed, and there's a lot of articulation here. The material is so solid, and all the joints are so solid that like I'm very confident posing and moving this guy around.
That is so.
Like
oh
this.
Wow, that is a good torso swivel.
Yeah, like there's a tiny like I don't know how to explain it. They're just solid joints. The hands all pop out. The feet pop out. And I'm not scared about breaking any of the pegs. There's extra heads. So you got this little
really nice
smiling head. And like it's hard to see right now because it's all white until they get more paint. But again, test shot.
What's the texture like on that?
This is like really smooth. I think it's resin printed. You can hear.
Oh wow, that is solid.
Right. So even though it's solid, all of these move.
Ooh, it's got pivot. It's got everything, man.
Yeah.
Are those single jointed or double jointed?
Double jointed knee right here.
Wow. That's
single joint elbow, but it goes this high. And yeah, swappable hand, swappable head. You got this one here. Let me get another light. I'm going to stand them up. So like the moment I got this, I'm just thinking of shots I can do. And like all you think about is mischief. Right? You see the big pointy ears, the big smile. He's up to it. Feel like I could see him stealing food in like a Muppet's kitchen or something. So there's another portrait here. The teeth, he's also smiling, but the teeth aren't as close together.
That's super neat.
And this is just a big grin. It's got two little fangs pointing up. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can see that, yeah. So it comes with 3 heads.
Yeah. And yeah, it comes with 3 swappable heads. And I believe the ones that have hats, there's like a magnet inside. One of these has a magnet. Oh, this one here. And it's the hats would just fit on, so they could sit there. You can kind of angle in different positions to get different looks. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
It's pretty terrific.
And I think you can they have all the different costumes and different variations on Big Bad Toy Store right now because the Kickstarter is already closed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and of course, leave it to Big Bad Toy Store. It's like, you didn't get it? Hey, we'll give it to you for $10 over.
It's hard to say, man. Everyone's out to make money, you know, running a business, but it all depends on everyone's contracts and stuff. But yeah, sometimes I see BBTS scalping a few things here. Well, not scalping, adding a few extra dollars here and there.
Oh yeah, like what? Like I missed out. I just picked up a couple of things within the past couple of months from BBTS. I went and I got the He-Man movie stuff, because the one thing about Super 7 is that if you're going to pre-order from them, like, you got to have like the money like right then.
Right.
And it sucks. I'm like, damn, dude, it's like I want to pre-order these, but like I was like really lean that month, and I was like, I know I'm going to be flush later. So like, screw it, just went with BBTS, got my stuff.
Yeah, this was the big one for the week.
Nice, man. That is super, super cool. Super cool.
And then if you were in on the Kickstarter, they had this really cool idea where it's just a small body, like a smaller version of the Plunderling. It was called a Hatchling, and you could put your extra hands on, or your extra portraits on these little bodies. So you would have essentially a smaller figure, like a whole separate figure, as a holder. So it's a pretty cool, unique system. I don't really see that many lines having something like that. Like, you know how Mezco has cool. The Mets-its, those little guys that they
package? Yeah, the little Mez-its, yeah.
I've never tried taking the head off, but, you know, if you could put on an extra Gomez head or one of the other bug heads on here, that would be pretty cool, too.
Word.
All right, let me move this stuff out of the way. Yeah, that is at Plunderlings. Check out their Instagram. Check them out on Big Bad Toy Store.
See, I just got this, John. This just came in today. The Azrael from McF. So yeah, I lucked out on Amazon. Amazon. Because all right, I'm doing it away.
But not at throat level. Come on.
I had lucked out on this guy because it said temporarily out of stock, and I was like, screw it. It's like, I'm in no rush. And then like a day later, like I got like my shipping confirmation. This is the one thing I hate about unboxings, is like that sound of like crinkling plastic.
Yeah. Well, all you gotta do is snap, and then it somehow magically all the packaging disappears.
There we go. See, this is why I never put this kind of stuff in my my videos at all. Let's see. This thing looks neat. And I knew that when it came to this particular wave that that McF had put out, I knew that I wasn't really feeling that White Knight Batman or that White Knight Joker, but I saw this Azrael, and I was like, oh damn, dude, like that is just really nice. Ugh, get over here. See, and then I'm losing my light. Let's see if I can actually get this thing out. Now, what it is that I'm hearing about this guy, at least talking to Toy Bro yesterday, is like, to him, like, this figure now is like the gold standard when it comes to Marvel Legends DC stuff. And I think like I only have like two Marvel Legends DC stuff. Like I have their Hellbat, which is really neat. And then I have their Harley, the McFarlane DC stuff. I have their Hellbat, which is neat, and then I have their Harley Quinn, which is not so neat. That thing is really bad, which is why I didn't do a video on it. But yeah, when I saw this guy, I was like, okay, like this guy Azrael is really interesting, and not only that, like I've always liked John Paul Valley, ever since he took up the Bat mantle and went freaking nuts with it.
Yep. L Collector, and of course, says, how's the legs? I heard the D joint can be loose. I'm just gonna have to give him a second.
Let's see if I can get this thing out.
I'm surprised you got it from Amazon. I think the promo code
Actually,
less than a month ago.
But yeah, I mean, and really, it's like that's like the short version of like how McFarlane came out with these things. Like all of a sudden, we saw the pictures for them, we saw the pre-orders, and then wouldn't you know, like a week to 2 weeks later, people were finding them at Walmart of all places. And I actually think that's like, it's kind of cool because at least like in this day and age, when it comes to collecting, nothing is a secret anymore. Yep. You know, it's like we know these things like in advance. Like it used to be like back like in the 90s and the early millennium. If anyone remembers the Toy Fair magazine, you know, that's how we used to find out about stuff because the internet was still in its infancy, and you know, and really, like, there wasn't a whole lot of toy news that was going on because bandwidth was expensive. Oh wow, this is actually really nice. I wasn't expecting it to be this nice.
No, I've seen a lot of pictures and reviews, and there's a lot of detail on them.
Yeah. Oh damn, dude! I may have to do a freaking.
I saw a stack of Wizard magazines, even with the little plastic cellophane bag that it comes with. And my Marvel Overpower card inserts that I got in there.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man, this is so nice. And I love that the one thing that I didn't like about Marvel Legends Mr. Sinister, because seeing that you can see that the capes are somewhat similar, was that the ones on Mr. Sinister were so freaking stiff, whereas these...
Right.
These just like they don't get in the way, which is nice. And I'm wishing that had been the case on Mr. Sinister as well, which is why I didn't do a video on that guy because he wasn't fun to pose at all. But this guy is looking like a lot of fun. I'm really digging this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Azrael's costume designs are like some of my favorite Batman costumes.
Yeah. His oh man, his Nightfall Batman costume is so damn good. It's like yeah, but the one thing that I always just like remember about Jean-Paul Valley is all these freaking fleur-de-lis that they put on this guy. He's so damn French.
So I think that one or these three.
Oh yeah, dude. I absolutely adored the DC Universe Classic. Well, no, actually, no. It wasn't even a DC Universe Classics figure. It was a regular it was from a regular. What was it? Was it DC Superheroes or was it just a regular Batman line that Azrael came out in way back when?
I think it's a regular. I don't know. There's a lot to keep track of from back then.
It is true. Because like there was a single release, and then I want to say that there was like a 2-pack as well that had that same Azrael in it. Let's see, I'm trying to get.
So when you say this guy should be is like the new gold standard for McFarlane.
For McFarlane DC stuff, yeah, because it is really nice. And the one thing that I dig about it, which is the thing that I don't dig about the White Knight Batman, the thing that I don't dig about the Joker from that particular wave is that they are specific to a story.
Yep.
Whereas you look at this guy, it's just Azrael. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, like there's absolutely nothing. There's no pretense to it. You know, it's just him. You know, the character, nothing specific. And I wish that they did that a little bit more. Of course, they did that with their animated stuff that they came out with. But, you know, like you look at their Superman, which is okay. Their Batman, which was horrible, man. That thing was so bad. Yeah. You know, I wish that stuff was just a little bit more just clean cut and just a little bit more, for lack of a better word, basic. So this is the thing that I just really like about this Azrael here.
But that's the thing, though, when you think about how nice this figure is, this is a mass-produced, like, widely available line, right?
Yeah.
While the first ones came out, they were basic. I think they were kind of rushed out, and they were meant to be, the quality that you're getting on this figure. I mean, the price point is cheaper than a Marvel Legend. I don't know how much it is in the U.S.
I think they're both $20.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like Legends are 30 here, and the McFarlane stuff comes out at 25. And these are not hard to find at Walmarts and most retailers, which is the crazy part.
Let's see here. Trying to get that. That is really nice. Damn, I may have to do a video on this guy.
Butterfly under the.
Oh yeah, man, check that out. That's really nice. There's a nice little swivel going on there. Very cool. Well, that's a little bit harder plastic than I would have liked, but that's all right. As far as the shoulder armor, very, very cool, man. Very cool stuff. Yeah, dig that.
When that wave was announced, I was trying to figure out why it said GTO on the Joker's vest, the police vest that he's wearing. So I ended up looking up the comic series, and dude, I was hooked. The White Knight is like 6 or 8 issues, and I just couldn't put it down.
It's a neat story, isn't it, though? It really is a neat story. There we go. Let's see.
And I really like that Batman had the knife coming out of the utility belt. It's something that I always noticed in the comics, because you rarely see him with a knife. And I'm like, wonder what he actually uses. He doesn't throw knives. Is he just opening toys or something? So, and they do actually have that on the figure. I read that. I read Curse of the White Knight, which is where Azrael appears. And then I read the Mr. Freeze side story. Awesome stuff.
All right. Yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Nice little walk there. Yay. Fantastic. Now, if the rest of their stuff was like that, yeah, I'd consider getting a few more things from them. Because I'm pretty limited on what it is that I pick up from McFarlane these days. Their Spawn was really nice. Like, that's like the one thing like I will always just like give them incredible props for. That Spawn is really nice. A little stiff in the articulation department, but nonetheless, it is very cool to look at, and it does pose okay.
But now it comes with an axe.
An axe. So what? We have the sword, we have the axe, and we have the mace coming out. Yeah, that is hilarious.
Well, speaking of axes, this is the next thing that I opened.
Nice. Nice. I've been so tempted to pick that guy up and to pick up a Red Ranger.
Yeah.
And to take off the biceps from the Red Ranger, synthetic dye them black, and stick them on to Zack to make just a regular Zack, just to go along with the rest of the Power Rangers.
I've seen someone kind of shave off the bicep bands with like an X-Acto knife and then paint over it. But I mean, there's no it's gonna come out. It is gonna come out, yeah. There's no doubt about it. That was the most Canadian sentence I said. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. There is no doubt about it.
My fiance and I, we watch this one show. I can't remember what it is on Dabble, and it's this one Canadian interior designer, and it's amazing because the two words that she just says like over and over like as a designer is oot and a boot. Oot and a boot. Like every single other word is just oot. Every single other one is a boot.
I think I've been here like 30 years. So I hear it in my voice too. Like when I play baseball, I play infield, right? Next batter comes out, I'm like, "What out?" I go, oh wait. That's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time I'll be like, two down, two down.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, these helmets look really nice. This whole line.
Are you all in on the Lightning Collection, or do you pick and choose?
It's just Mighty Morphin. That's it.
Yeah, that's with. At first, when Lightning Collection came out, I was all in, but then once G.I. Joe came out, I was like, I can't afford both of these lines, so I just stuck with Mighty Morphin. And then not only that, dude, it's like Mighty Morphin is what I grew up with. Like, when it comes to anything else, I really got to school myself and educate myself before I talk about it, before I do a video on it. Like, Magna Defender, I had no idea who he was because he was way after my time. But I was happy that I did because he's a really cool character. But yeah, after the G.I. Joe line came out, I was like, all right, I can't buy everyone from Lightning Collection anymore.
You had a Snake Eyes review, right?
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
which other ones did you have from the Joe's line?
I have a whole wave, embarrassingly. I've got that whole wave now. I did videos on all of them so far. But yeah, like, and it sucks because like I want to say that I'm all in on Joe's, but I know, like, me as a collector, even for as much as I like Joe's, I know that later on I will lose interest to collect something else. Like, as long as I have like my base characters that I love, you know, like after that, I'm like, okay, I think I can allow myself to move on. And I think the only line I haven't been able to do that with myself yet, and that's because I still pick and choose, is of course Marvel Legends, because it's so expansive. You know, the universe is just so expansive on what it is that these guys are putting out, you know, and we're talking about just different universes. You know, we're talking about Avengers, Spider-Man, X-Men. There's so many, just like it's overwhelming, just like how many characters are in this library, you know? So yeah, that's the one thing about Marvel Legends. Like once you think you're done collecting, they will suck you back in with something else. At least that's how I find it.
I want to say Spider-Man, Retro, and Strong Guy are my last waves. We'll see. Today's July.
Are you interested?
July 2nd. We'll see in a year's time what's going on. I'll revisit this.
Oh yeah. I will say though, like, aside from that Spider-Man that I had been looking forward to, the two other ones that I'm seriously looking forward to and that I know are probably not going to disappoint me are that movie Deadpool and that Deluxe War Machine. Those two are looking really nice.
Oh yeah.
So I am looking forward to those two. But although I love it though, I do love it when a Marvel Legends wave comes out and I'm able just to skip it altogether. Like, for instance, like any type of like heavy MCU waves, I can always skip those. Or when it comes to the Age of Apocalypse, which they look great, but when it comes to just like these super heavy story specific lines and waves, I'm like, oh man, yeah, I don't need that, because I've tried to, like, even like with my Marvel Legends collection here, I just want one.
But he's so beautiful. Look at him. Look
Sugar
at him.
Man. Is that I want one of each character, and that's it. Unless it's a different suit that Spidey wears, unless it's a different suit that Iron Man wears, and usually that's what it'll come down to. Then yeah, you know, I'll usually break the rule for those two guys. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, you know, we can only use, you know, just like just one of each character. But you know, sometimes it's something that I rarely ever practice.
Did you have any interest in the Mezco Nosferatu from last week?
I did. I ordered that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm super duper choosy when it comes to Mezco because they're expensive, man. Like, they really are expensive. But I was a fan of Silent Screamers back in the early millennium. Like, I had Caesar, I had Caligari, I had Nosferatu, I had Frankenstein. Like, I had like all those dudes because I was heavy into horror back then. Like, I had all the Jason figures, the Freddy figures, Oh,
Yeah.
do you remember McFarlane's Tortured Souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, those things were insane. I had all those crazy things. So when I saw that they were making a Nosferatu, I was like, oh hell yeah, I will totally pick that up. And the one thing that I'm finding incredibly annoying now, especially from the younger folk, is them just saying it's like this doesn't look anything like the movie. Well, the thing is, bro, it's not supposed to look like the movie. Like it's not supposed to be just a carbon copy of what it is that you saw Max Schreck do. This is specific to Mezco's Silent Screamers line. This was back when Mezco wasn't even Mezco. They were called Aztec. They were called Aztec Toys when they made these Silent Screamers. So yeah, I was very, very happy to pick up that Nosferatu. Did you pick it up?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what the crazy part is?
What's that?
How good was that stop motion?
It was fantastic. Yeah, it was really good.
Dude, I had the chills just watching it, and I'm like, this is a toy?
Yep.
and then he gets up out of the coffin and he just starts slashing at you. I'm like, I sat there with goosebumps. I'm like, okay, now, yeah, I need this. I was kind of on the fence before, but that sold it. That was incredible for stop motion.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. It was really, really nice. And then of course, seeing D Amazing's video like right afterwards, I was like, damn it. You know, and really, like, it wasn't any type of pose specifically that he did, but once I saw the size, once he actually put it side by side with a few other figures, I was like, oh man, I have to have this thing. Like it's fairly sizable. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
Someone sent me the link for the whole movie on YouTube, and I think it was like 11:30 at night. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this right now. I'm gonna wait till morning. But yeah, funny. Seeing the figure in the coffin, like, it fits in so nicely. It's got the detail with like the dirt and all that stuff inside. Yeah,
the rats, which is really cool. Yeah, seriously looking forward to that. And then I was wonderfully surprised when I pre-ordered it, and then to see that it was already shipping in July. I love that, man. Like, I love that when like you pre-order something and it's like you're gonna get it in like a matter of weeks. Whereas there's like stuff that I've been like eagerly anticipating, like the Mafex Hush Batman, which has been pushed back like I don't know how many freaking times. We're supposed to be getting it in July. Michael Jordan, which was supposed to be this past May, and it got pushed all the way to August.
I've got both of those.
So yeah. And I am, and the thing is that I am glad though that these things are getting pushed back, because of course, you know, we are, you know, it's not just, you know, it's not just the United States, not just Canada. Like, we have a pandemic everywhere right now. And for me, like, knowing that like my action figures, you know, are late, like, I don't care. Like, as long as people are safe going to work, as long as people, you know, are working under just these guidelines, you know, that are conducive to the pandemic, I'm like, it's fine, dude. It's like, I don't care how freaking late my toys are, as long as everybody is okay.
We have 10 seconds left. Do you want to keep going for like another 5 minutes?
Yeah, we can do 5. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Thank you for everyone coming back to part 2.
Oh, gotta already do that. There we go. Goes directly to the other cam. But like I was saying, like, as long as folks are safe, you know, where these figures are being made, you know, that's really, it's like that's all that matters to me. So like, if they need to be pushed, like, if they need to be pushed back, push them back. I don't care.
Yeah, I had a Mafex Cyclops waiting in Japan for 40 days before they shipped. Well, they shipped it, and then it was held at the post office for like 40 days before it came, and then it took 3 days to get here. That's
why, like, I've been with Ami, I've been usually doing DHL, because like it'll usually bypass all that stuff. You're basically like paying like an extra $10 or something like that to get it earlier.
Well, everyone that I know in the U.S. that uses DHL, you guys don't get hit with duty. Right? In Canada,
right. Yeah.
Like, everyone I know that use DHL is almost guaranteed $25, $30 duty on their DHL from Japan. So
that is nuts. Okay, so I can see how, yeah, that would be an issue right there, because there is no way I'm paying like another $20 to $30 on something that I already paid like $80 for.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's nuts.
So you're super popular and you've been doing a lot of these. What do you prefer, YouTube or Zoom or Instagram?
Insta's been really nice. YouTube, like me and Unparalleled had done one, and we were having a lot of technical difficulties.
Right.
But then I've been doing like some other ones with like Infinity Equation, and we'll use this other application that they use, not Zoom, but it's something else, and we never have a problem with it. So yeah, like I'm finding that this is pretty good. Instagram's pretty good, and depending on the type of software that's used on YouTube, that can be a lot of fun as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a sense of what's better. Obviously, this has the 1 hour time limit, which we just experienced, and I always seem to miss the countdown.
Yeah, that's a trip. I had no idea that it was an hour thing. That's really weird. All right. Right on, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much. I know we always message back and forth, this and that, but it's always cool to meet people face to face, like meeting a new person.
Yeah. Very cool, man.
So thank you for coming on. Everyone who's watching, you already know who this guy is. If not, check out his YouTube. I'll post some links everywhere, Instagram account everywhere. You have a message for the people?
Stay frosty.
Oh, I have a question.
What's up?
New John. That's the accent, the vernacular. What's the background?
Oh, really? It's Philly slang. You know, I learned it when I moved here, and really, it's a word substitution for any person, place, or thing, common or proper.
Okay.
So you know, like me just talking about, it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, this figure right here. It's like, yeah, I like this John. I like this John a lot. You know, or you know, like, I mean, really, like anything. You know, it's like, can you just pass my freaking John over there? Like, just pass it to me. Pass that John, like right there. Which one? That one.
So many uses.
Oh yeah. So that's pretty much what that is right there. Yeah.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much for explaining that, and we'll chat. We'll keep chatting.
Right on, man.
You know, offline, but thank you very much. Thank you everyone for watching, coming back for this two-parter of an extra few minutes. But I'll have more. If you ever have more stuff that you want to open, you just want to hang for a bit, I'm here every Thursday.
Sounds good, man.
All right, cool. Thank you. Peace.
Cool. Later.
See you, everyone.